Hey, people, I didn't want to make many like regular old talking videos anymore because I want my YouTube channel just to be a music channel, but I can't help it. I'm feeling good today, and you know what's on my mind today is Israel. Israel. Why does everyone want to pick on Israel? You know, people, Muslims, Jews, uh, Catholics, Christians, Protestants, Baptists, all of you guys out there. A lot of religions still use the Old Testament. They go by the Old Testament and then they go by whatever their Messiah dictated to them. And if you've all read the Old Testament, then you know that God gave Israel to the Jews, the 12 tribes. And he promised to take care of them. They got a free ride and free ticket to heaven. And the 12 tribes, let me tell you about the 12 tribes. All right, so Israel was a prophet, a man. God had promised to take care of his elders generation and down. So Israel's name was Jacob, but God changed it to Israel. So when you talk about the 12 tribes of Israel, it's not a spot of land. It's the 12 sons of Israel, of Jacob. That's the 12 tribes. It's their generations. The 12 generations of that. Jerusalem, Israel, that's just land. But Israel's generation will be protected. And I don't like talking about religion anymore, man. Yeah, it may work for other people, but I don't think it's worked for me, man. I've been waiting for a miracle for 3 years. It didn't happen. I've been out money. I've been sick. I've almost died 3 times. The last 3 times I went to the hospital, man. I was 2 days from death. What the doctor told me. Blood infection, all that stuff. But I'm gonna kick all that. Yeah, I'm gonna kick that because I put it in my mind to do it myself. And so my mind is to heal because I got a couple people's asses I want to stomp. I got to get better so I can get back and get up on that. I got to find out how I can get up with all my bad boys back there. Old Timmy, old Sammy, old other Timmy. Seems like them Timmy's pretty mean. All except for that Timmy France. That Timmy France, he's a quiet guy. Anyways, I'm gonna find out who the hell's broke into my house. We're gonna stomp them into the dirt, man. Yeah. I'm gonna go to the closest person to my house. I'm gonna go to their house. I'm gonna stomp their ass, just because I want to make an example out of someone. And I want to let them know that I know good people, but I'm good friends with some bad people, some badasses. Yeah, I was a badass too one time. I'm going to be a badass again. If I start putting my weight back on, man, I went down to 128 pounds. I just got through my doctor's appointment. I weigh 146. I'm packing it back on, man. If it keeps coming, I'm starting to work out, man. I'm getting my muscles back. Yeah, be the badass me I used to be. Renata told me the other day, she said, Phil, you've been the strongest man that I've known, that you've never backed down from a fight. Why am I backing down now from fighting my health? And I thought about it. I was like, yeah, I have been fighting. I haven't had the strength to fight, but I've been fighting to keep what little strength I did have. But anyways, let's get back to the Jews. So they are promised a free trip to heaven. And God made that promise to Israel. And so why do you people over there keep trying to take the land, Jerusalem, from Israel? They have already kicked your butts I don't know how many times, took how much land that you guys had, and allowed y'all still live on that West Bank there. Palestinians. You know, and Palestinians, if y'all getting killed, get control of your people. You know, why are you letting your people run around and buy up all these missiles and rockets and weapons and go around beheading people and stuff like that? We can't have people acting like that. You think we just walk around over here in the United States whacking people's heads off, killing people, shooting people? No. Cops come out, they kill us dead. You know, they wouldn't give us a chance to go before a war crimes unit or anything like that. Cops pull and shoot and then ask questions later. Know what I'm saying? But you get another country do that, their soldiers, is that what their soldiers do? You people want to be hating on Jews and Israelites and stuff. Yeah, oh yeah, Jews. You think you got a free ride, but if your bloodline don't belong to Jacob, you ain't got that free ride. Only Jacob's bloodline. Jacob, who was renamed to Israel, got that free ride to heaven. The rest, you better straighten your act up, you know. And people attacking Israel, stop. And people that's protesting Israel, what are you thinking? You want me to come in your house, kick your door down, take your kids, behead them? Huh? And you're complaining because they're going back and they're retaliating, they run them out. You know what I do? I'd run them off the West Bank. Palestinians, you're gone. You're gone. We're taking the West Bank. That's ours now. Whatever land you take this time, Israel, keep and send them packing. You know, don't kill innocent people on purpose. But if they're casualties of war, you know, I would try to clear them out before I go rummaging through basements and tunnels and stuff. You know, try to get them out. But if you're protesting Israel, you're wrong. Because Israel belongs to the Jews. If you, any type of religion, read the Bible, and you'll know that Israel belongs to the Jews. Let them be, man. They haven't seen peace in years. It's constant. Over and over. It's time to say, hey, we've had enough. I would start bombing the countries around me every day if I was Israel. I'd go bomb Iran until there's just nothing left. I'd hit Syria. I'd hit Libya. Egypt, they're not doing anything. Saudi's not doing anything. But all those ones that are involved, I'd tear them. I'd rip them up. I'd carpet bomb them so hard. And then maybe, you know, back in ancient times, it didn't go like that. You know, Genghis Khan come through, man. He killed all the men off. He take your women and your daughters and your kids, and yeah, that would get rid of that retaliation and everything. But we don't do that nowadays. We try to allow people still have a life, you know, less amount of casualties as possible. But why do you keep antagonizing Israel? I don't get it. Man, they're just over there trying to mind their own business. You know, protect their own country. Just trying to live. And they allow you to have the Iron Dome on the Temple Mount. And they don't keep you from it. You can visit like all the religious sites over there. Why can't you people be reasonable with Israel? Yeah. The goal is world peace. Well, world peace and no hunger. And that's what we need to be putting efforts toward. Peace. And no hunger. Feed people. You know, there's areas that can't grow food. Put your mind to irrigation. Or how can you make that desert into a beautiful farmland or grassland for cattle and stuff like that? Yeah. We turn this desert into grassland, we may fix this temperature rise, in our atmosphere. You get a little more grass, absorb that carbon dioxide. Get some grass going. Get some trees going. Fruit trees, not just any trees. Fruit trees, nut trees, berry bushes, stuff like that. Why can't you focus your time and effort on that? Instead, you want to focus on taking other people's lives and ruining their lives. When God said, love thy brother like you love yourself. In the 10 Commandments, that's all in the Old Testament. Read those 10 Commandments, people. Read those 10 Commandments. Because if God said it, that's what he originally wanted. No, I'm done with this. Oh no, we need to talk about nuclear bomb safety. If they declare a nuclear war, people, they're going to try to hit like military sites. Any site that makes nuclear missiles. NORAD, Oak Ridge. So, if you're around a military installation, you want to get away from that. If you're around Oak Ridge or NORAD, you want to get away from that as soon as possible. If they declare a nuclear war, man, you want to pack your go bag and get. Winter's coming on. Look, if a nuke hits, it's going to cause EMP, and EMP is going to take our phones out. So you're not going to have a cell phone. So you need to be prepared. You need to have blankets in your cars. You need to have water in your car, food in your car. And if you could get like aluminum foil to cover your food and stuff, you may be able to wrap your cell phone in aluminum foil. But it's known that lead will protect from EMP. But how are you going to make a lead box, for something like that? It may take the satellites out altogether, too. So, you just need to have a map because GPS systems will be down. You need to buy yourself an atlas and learn to read the atlas, the map. And if you're near mountains, you want to get into those mountains to protect you from that blast. Because that blast is going to come at you, man, so fast, it'll rip your skin off your bones. And if the heat hits you, it's going to burn you to ash. So you want to get behind that mountain, and the debris will strip your skin right from your body. And it blows out, and then it comes back. And so if it don't take you out when it's going out, it'll take you out when it's coming back in. Best thing to do is if you see a bright flash, dive for the ground, cover your head. Cover your head, try to interlock your fingers, and try to get something to cover your fingers because they're going to get burned. And then if it does set you on fire, you want to roll around until you get yourself put out. But you want to stay down until that secondary blast comes back because it's going to go out and then it's going to come back in because it's leaving a vacuum. And get you some iodine tablets because iodine is good for radiation poisoning. I don't know. You may be able to get over it and live through it. A lot of people in Japan did. But a lot of people returned to ash too and had their skin stripped and burned off of them. So you want to head for the mountains. You want to make sure, you want to get into the mountains as fast as you can. So if you have a destination you're going to go to, try to plot it through the mountains. The interstates are going to be full, they're going to be crowded, and you may get stuck in traffic. People may abandon their cars and never make it through. So if you can find like an old rural route or something, try to take that and get away from it. Make sure you brief all your family up on it too. Man, if you know any first aid like CPR, mouth to mouth, chest compressions, practice up on that. Practice up on first aid, treating wounds, because if that debris hits you, you probably can rip you open, man. Get you some dental floss or something so you can use it as some sewing needles. Use it to make stitches, at least stop that bleeding. Get you a bunch of t-shirts, You know, rip them up into rags about 4 inches long, and that way you can bundle up a rag, put on that wound, and then you can tape around it. If you got some medical tape, that clear medical tape, pull that wound together. Or if you got like some peroxide or something to wash that wound out with, then pull it together, and then put some of that medical tape around it to hold it together, and then put you a rag on top of that, and then wrap the other rag all the way around it and tie it. But when you tie it, don't tie it too tight. You want to be able to slip 2 fingers under that knot, you know, and that way you don't turn it into a tourniquet. Man, they get their arm blown off though. You need to make a tourniquet and wrap that around there and release that thing every 10 minutes, you know, let a little blood through. But most likely you get your arm about cut off, you're going to lose it. So don't be trying no Rick Grimes from The Walking Dead. I'm going to heat this up and burn it and cauterize it. Just do the immediate first aid. I wish I could have had time to do first aid classes. But get to the mountains, head to your destination. And what I do, man, if the talk of nuclear war keeps continuing, I put me a lot of bottled water and package me some like hard packaged food up, you know, like some noodles and rice and beans and canned meat and stuff like that. And I put that in the trunk of my vehicle, man. I'd be ready to go, whatever you need. It's like I said, the phones probably go down. You know, it can kill the electronics in your car. If you got like old, like 1975 something that doesn't have no daggone computer in it, you still may be good. But today's cars, there's so much electronics in there, it's liable to kill it. And then you'll end up walking. So you want to make sure you got something warm and comfortable. And just the first sign, if they say, okay, they've declared war on us, you want to get into the mountains because that's going to shield you from the blast. And it's going to help shield you from the radiation. Later on, you will have radiation fallout. And we're going to go into a nuclear winter. And what that means is all that dust and stuff is going to gather up in the clouds and it's going to block the sun. So we'll probably have like 6 months to a year of a nuclear winter. That's why you need to pack as much dry goods as you can and canned meat, vegetables, fruits, and stuff like that, you know. I'm not saying this just to be saying this. I'm saying this to try to help people because I know what to do. And I know I will survive. But I want other people to survive too because, you know, I think it'd be pretty lonely on this earth just be me by myself, you know. I'll try to round up my kids and help them take them. But, you know, you can only do what you can do, you know. So I need to get me a big 4-wheel drive, old 1970 4-wheel drive truck or something. And anyways, man, it's irritating the heck out of me about these Jews and the way that people are treating the Jews, you know, threatening the Jews. Who attacked who? The Jews didn't go attack the Palestinians, the Hamas or whatever you want to call them. They're just going about their daily life. And then all of a sudden, here they come slipping in at night and just like try to rip them a new rear end. And now the whole world's upset with Israel because they are fighting back. They're trying to get their people back that they kidnapped. Most likely they won't get them back. Most likely they'll be beheaded, you know, killed, shot. That's absolutely stupid. Need to be putting as much effort as they are putting into war. If you put that into feed the hungry, feed the poor, make peace, world peace, sit down and talk, man. Have a meetings. World leaders need to go to the UN and they need to discuss the issues that they have with these other countries. Why do they feel like they need to attack this other country? Because, like Russia, because they feel like NATO is going to attack them by bringing Ukraine into NATO, and then NATO can set up bases right on Russia's border. Now, let me tell you, we wouldn't have that over here. we wouldn't have that. It was the Cuba missile crisis. Yeah, it's quite a ways away from us, but you know what? They could reach the United States from Cuba. We were ape turds over that. Yeah. I would too if I was Russia. I'd be going crazy over that. We already got UN sanctions on them, embargoes and all this stuff. It's hard for them to live, but they're trying to do it independently. But we're trying to drag other countries into NATO to be a bigger threat to try to push our will on another country. Why do we have to push our will on them? That's their country. They live the way they live. You know, it's not like Putin is like Hitler or anything. Yeah. He's just been trying to run the country. And when we dropped out of all this environmental stuff, Russia tried to step up and take responsibility and help the world out. We need to be having peace talks, not warmongering. Well, it aggravates the heck out of me. And there's absolutely no reason for war. And you can sit down and talk it out and you say, hey, my country, it's like North Korea, man. There's people starving them to death. They're in a dilemma, like we're starving, and no one is helping us. And the United States is pushing the embargoes and stuff on them and sanctions on them. They got people that's starving and they want a little bit of food, but no one is helping them, so they feel like that they're being attacked. So they're trying to get nuclear missiles to defend themselves. So what do they need? They need to release those embargoes so that they can get food and be part of the world economy. So that down talk, man. Put me at the UN and send the presidents from all these countries and sit them down with me. I'll lead the discussion. I'll lead it. It will make peace. We'll make peace. But it seems like our politicians are too stupid to understand that. Man. That's all people try to do is live. That's all they try to do is live. Yeah. That's like our goal is to live, have some children, have a family, feed their family, protect their family. And you got ones that like to worship. Yeah, they're religious, they want to worship, let them worship. Leave each other alone. All right, that's all I got to say. See you later, people.